The work of the creative artist begins with information. The art we see, hear, and feel comes out of the thoughts and feelings of special creatives who use different elements of presentation that suits their intents. Thus, art is usually referred to as a form of art. Welcome to Exciting Moments on the Art Express. Third Pyramid Gallery presents Metamodern Vision, a retrospective exhibition of Aditolawe's works. Let's go there.
When you look at Aditolawe's artwork, you can see a kind of childish way of drawing there, and it's like telling us the innocence that comes from inside Aditolawe. And when you look at it and combine it with his profession as an artist, as he's growing up, you appreciate that Aditolawe, it's a really good artist, you know, who have been able to identify art with culture and then the environment that we are living in. And then you can see Aditolawe as a traditional Yoruba man, also in his work. I think people should be happy about their culture and they should be proud to let others know about it. And that is what Aditolawe has been able to do.
If you look at the paintings, you will see works from 1983. 1983 is over there. You have through 80s to 90s to 2000 and till date. So it's a collection of all I've been doing. Some of my fans or collectors, there are those who believe my older works are better, and there are some who believe my newer works are better. So this is a collection of all for people to see and admire. A way of showing where I'm coming from and what I'm presently doing and where I'll be going in future. It takes the three together. And again, it's a combination of old, new art. That is honor again, old, new art. That's what I'm showing. I get inspired by a lot of things. Several things from culture, day-to-day activities of my people, music, proverbs, just the totality of our culture. I get inspired by what I do.
The title of the exhibition, Metamodern Vision, a retrospective exhibition of Aditolawe's works, was derived from the concept of metamodern, coined by Moyo Okediji, professor of art history at the University of Texas. There is also a spiritual dimension to the metamodern concept. Particularly striking is the use of Ifa divination. Aditolawe's thematic preoccupations were erotic female anatomy and the folklores of his culture, which can truly be seen dripping from almost all his works.
Aditolawe is a household name when it comes to contemporary art in Nigeria, and because he's been on for 40 years, so I think it's appropriate for him to stage this particular show. That is a retrospective exhibition. He's been able to actually continue to fly on the wings of on art movement. he happens to be one of the main actors on the art movement, and we can see him actually carrying the flag because he's been able to infuse traditional art forms into contemporary art, and he has done this uniquely to the joy of everybody who knows who Aditolawe is. What we see here is more or less giving us a glimpse of the past, the present, and where he's actually heading to. It's a complete narrative of what the mission of Aditolawe as far as his art is concerned. And if you're talking about color, he's there. If you're talking about unique forms, he's been able to display that over the years. So it's a good thing for us to come around and enjoy this visual menu as far as I'm concerned.
I've known Mr. Wewe for over 20 years. He's one of the progenitor of what we call the honor movement, or what some people call honorism now. He has been a wonderful disciple of that movement. He has been able to project that movement in a way that they are able to grow more people like them. The Ife school is one of the schools that open your eyes to things that are not ordinary. They give you some open space in your mind to do art the way you project, the way you want to, the way you see it from the inside. So people like Wewe are not doing what they were taught in school. They are doing what they were made to think. So they are able to come up with ideas and concepts that are not natural. They are not usual. In his works, you see a man that is not trying to patronize people. He's not trying to say, let me paint what people are going to like. He's painting from the soul.
So it's quite an honor and privilege to actually come here to see how Aditolawe has been demonstrated of his great artwork. He's a celebrated Nigerian artist who have such a great career in not just politics but also in his own creative art. So it's quite an honor to meet the artist himself today and also have a chance to chat with him about his view about the Nigerian art. Well, I myself, I have no question about how Nigerians have been so creative in performing art, in all kinds of art, and also in literature. I think this is the true demonstration of the free spirit of Nigeria, in reflection of Nigerian democracy and how you actually forward yourself into national development of all kinds of all walks of work. So this is a great chance for me to witness and experience how Nigeria has made such a good celebration of your own life.
Gallery launches first time a homecoming solo exhibition by Bernard Ategba. Let's go.
Art is what I call Afro-pop. It's a multiple vibrant colors that are put together, and also figurative, but not really figurative people, because it's like I'm like in the middle of figurative, because it's like you have it's abstract and it's figurative, because if you don't focus well inside my painting, you will not know what is going inside, but the figures inside are figurative. But the way I paint them seems to change the painting into an abstract painting. I always got my inspiration from a market that is just like 200 meters beside my studio. They call it marché non glacé. Yeah, so I always get my inspiration from it, because if I'm in the studio and I need some particular scene, I will just go there and take a look, maybe like 10 minutes walk around the market. If I saw something interesting, I can take a photo and go back to my studio and do my creation. Yeah, so that market has inspired me a lot alongside with my career.
He's quite an important artist. I've heard of him even before I had a gallery. I've seen his work in galleries and museums internationally. So for him to, want to exhibit here and to choose our gallery to have this first solo exhibition, it's a big honor for us. We're a small gallery, quite a young gallery. Well, I mean, the colors, they speak for themselves. Like, you can't see Bernard's work and not feel some sort of joy or have some sort of emotion. And, his scenes, he depicts everyday scenes, but he has its own sort of African pop twist to it. It's youthful, it's contemporary, it's fun, but it's still African. It sort of encompasses everything. And I love it. So I'm a big fan of his works. So, I mean, African art is very bright. It's its time. Our artists are everywhere and they have a lot to say and people are listening.
I love what I've seen so far. I love that the canvases are very large and very, very beautiful, very vibrant colors. Just looking around and, even just one of these paintings in here would just brighten up the room, and having all of them in the same place at the same time, it's quite amazing. My mother has been a collector for the longest time, so I've always, I've grown up with, paintings in the home and everything. So for me, it's something that I've always been very cognizant of. But even more so now, I think it's even taking off, just Nigerian culture in general. I think it's taking off all around the world, and art is right there with it. Art, music, film. I think that's some of Nigeria's strongest exports.
Bernard Ategba's marketscapes will immediately be familiar to anyone residing in one of Africa's sprawling urban landscapes. His paintings reorient our gaze, bringing his painting subjects to the front of our consciousness, asking us not just to see and forget, but to celebrate and interrogate the economic and social dynamics of urban African markets. Ategba's subjects are a part of the city's tapestry. Gaze upon the traders of food and drinks, of electronics, of hairstyles and things. Listen for the hum of life. Embrace the vibrancy of the scenes brought to extraordinary focus through Ategba's skilled brushstrokes and mastery of color, which he has utilized to freestyle his way through the scenes. Oranges, pinks, yellows, blues and greens convey the garrulousness of these markets, exemplified by the hawkers hustling ferociously for the day's wages, pushing items to pedestrians.
This is my favorite piece right here. I like the way he has this contemporary reflection on traditional African hairstyles, and the whole work is about street life and street, almost like documenting daily life in Africa. But he's done it in a fresh, refreshing style. Everyone is, super intrigued and interested in what artists on the continent are doing. And it's also good to see artists not just making work about serious issues, the problems of society, but also just reflecting the way we live. And I think Pace's Gallery is really doing a great job in bringing international artists. This is an artist from Cameroon, and that's a really big part of developing and evolving culture. The dialogue and exchange between the brothers, the brethren, the artists from Cameroon interacting with artists from Lagos and Nigeria and artists from Benin. That's a really big part of the conversation that we haven't really invested in a lot until recent times. So it's a big thing.
Design Week Lagos was conceived to present and celebrate the best in contemporary African design across different categories, while bringing field leaders to experience the most exciting works from the region. Let's take a look.
My name is and I'm the founder of Design Week Lagos and the founder of the Interior Designers Association of Nigeria. Design Week Lagos is a celebration of design in the city of Lagos. Our pillars are architecture, interior design, product design, and technology. We showcase brands, we showcase product designers, architects, people doing amazing work. We feel like it's really important for the city of Lagos and Nigeria as a whole to see the content that we have within Nigeria. Design is so important to humanity, and most people don't know the power and the impact of design. Pretty much everything we see in the world today was designed, from furniture to houses, to cities, to roads. Design helps function. So once a space or a thing is designed, and is designed properly, it helps with the development of people, humanity.
For me, I'll say art, architecture, interior design, graphics design are all very linked because they're all generated from the core competence of design, which I strongly believe are all practices that help to build the environment. Without design, there is nothing. Everything was designed. And that's something I always say, even God was a designer. Africa, Nigeria, and the Western world is just the opportunities. And that's the reason why we're here, to build opportunities for people to be able to do more and bigger than they're doing even as of today. So here in Africa, or here in Nigeria, Design Week Lagos has built a platform for us to be able to do interior design in ways that we haven't done before.
Founded by the African design advocate Titi Ogufre, DWL was first established in 2019 as a citywide celebration held in Lagos, Nigeria, for over 10 days, promoting creativity and innovation across disciplines, including architecture, industrial design, interior design, furniture design, and graphics design. With a unique lineup of phenomenal African designers, Design Week Lagos features a plethora of various activities competitions, as well as host a number of talks by experts in various related fields.
I think art and design is really just an expression of you. As long as you can create something and you're able to express yourself physically, then you can output that design in your own interpretation. Well, I think design and art in Nigeria is very unique, very indigenous. It's different. We still have a long way to go in terms of the way we finish our materials, in terms of the quality of the output. But I think that we're getting there. I think that there's been a lot of progress in that, in the area of finishing. So we have a long way to go, but we're definitely there. The passion is there. We're inspired, we're motivated, and we just keep pushing. We have a lot to say. Via platforms like this, there are opportunities for us to be showcased out there. I think that the Made by Design group are doing really well in promoting Nigerian art, and like they say, Nigeria to the world. So there are a lot of prospects.
Lovers of the arts don't depend only on classrooms or instructors. They pursue answers for every demand. Their minds are always concerned with how and why. Food for thoughts. My name is Ategba. It's a wrap.